But now, to mark her 70th birthday next month, Princess Anne has allowed cameras to follow her for a special ITV documentary which airs tonight.
Good morning. Lovely to meet you again. Thank you for coming.
Goldfish in a bowl here.
Frances bravely tries the T word.
So we were going to talk about the tiara.
Go away.
Yeah.
I thought I'd said no.
I know, but I just think it would look so fabulous if you
Yeah,
did.
but I've only got little tiny tiaras. They're not really worth it.
It would just make it so nice. You could think about it again. Yeah. If you do wear a tiara, will the back still be the same?
To be honest, if I'm wearing a tiara, I might do my hair differently.
It's probably a no.
Joining me now is sculptor Frances Segelman, who we saw there with Princess Anne in tonight's programme. And with me in the studio is Sunday Times Royal Correspondent Roya Nikkhah. Good morning, ladies. Frances, if I may come to you, the T word, tiara. It's so interesting how the relationship has to develop between you and your subject. What was Princess Anne like?
Oh my gosh, she's lovely, really lovely. Just, you know, sort of quite ordinary in lots of ways. It was quite surreal having her in my studio, but she just sat down on the stool next to the sculpture and no fuss, you know, she just got on with it.
Well, Frances, you've sculpted the Queen, Prince Philip, Prince Charles, Prince William, and you tend to go to the palace or to within their kind of confines of their four walls. But Princess Anne didn't want that. She, as you say, she wanted to come to you.
Yes, it was amazing. I think one of the reasons was actually because the palace were redoing, you know, it was having a renovation, but she was very happy to come to me. We had 3 sittings. And it was amazing, you know, and after the 3rd sitting, I sort of missed the thought that I'm not going to see her again. You know, that's the feeling I had, because I enjoyed her so much.
How long are each of these sittings, Frances? Because I guess you do get to know someone quite a bit. It's quite an intimate sort of setup, really.
Yes, it is. It's sort of quite intense, obviously, because I've got an hour. So I have to, you know, meet her, greet her, and get relaxed myself, and then I've got to get the sculpture to look like her. So it's all very, very intense for me. But I think she felt relaxed because she seemed to be very relaxed.
Well, look, Frances, this beautiful piece is behind you as we speak. This is sort of the first time anyone has really seen this, so we feel very privileged to be part of this, Frances. Can I ask you to unveil the bust, please?
Yes, of course, I'll do that now. There we go.
And there it is, magnificent. My goodness, Frances, how do you feel now about this piece? Because I guess, I mean, you are making this for a princess.
No, it's really amazing. I'm thrilled to bits with it. You know, each process is so time-consuming. This is a 1.25 size sculpture, so it takes me a lot longer. And, you know, I never know exactly what it's going to be like till the very, very end when I'm doing the patination. But I'm so thrilled with it. And I think I've captured something in her that really is just right.
Absolutely. Frances, was there any concerns? Was there any specifics that you were a little bit worried about?
Yes, I was. I was worried about Princess Anne's hair, actually, because it was quite a lot of clay going on there, and I didn't actually know quite what it was going to look like in the end. But I think it's fantastic now, you know, and it's so regal, it's so royal, and it's got her character in it.
And what happens to this piece now, Frances?
This sculpture is going to Avon Tyrrell, which is it's a beautiful mansion in Hampshire, which is UK youth, and it's for UK youth, and they do so much to help the young people, many from, you know, disadvantaged homes, and that's something that Jack and my husband Jack's got the Jack Petchey Foundation, and we do so much work with young people to help them to get on with their lives. So this is a very good place to go.
Fantastic, Frances. And do you think, Roya, she'll be happy with this?
I think she'll be thrilled with that because it captures the sort of very no-nonsense side of the Princess Royal. I loved that clip from the documentary that you guys just showed, which I'm so looking forward to seeing, because that little snippet of it's no to the tiara is just so Princess Royal. You know, she knows her mind, she knows what she wants, and she'll get it over in a very economic way.
I find it, though, and obviously I do not know Princess Anne, but I find that quite humorous in lots of ways. I know it can be very direct, but I quite like that in people sometimes.
It's interesting. I wrote a big feature on her a couple of weeks ago for the Sunday Times and sort of delved into the world of Princess Anne for a few weeks to talk to a lot of people who know her and who work with her, all of whom say the same thing. They quite like that quite direct approach, but they also all said that behind the working facade, Princess Anne is much funnier and much warmer than I think you see on public engagements. And when you've done something wrong, her former private secretary, Nick Wright, said to me, when you've done something wrong, you'll get a look and then she moves on. And that's what people like.
That was my mum with us growing up. We just got the look. And she's like that. And as you say, the no-nonsense princess. And she, I think in the current day, people really do respect her. She's known as the hard-working royal. But it wasn't always like that. I think there was a kind of no-nonsense, but a distance with her many, many years ago, which I think she's managed to pull back.
I think that's really interesting. When she first, I mean, she started royal duties way before Prince Charles or Prince Andrew did. She didn't go to university, she didn't serve in the forces. She started public work at the age of 20. And in those first few years, she was criticised for being, going on tours and looking like she was almost quite sulky. But that's all gone. And we forget, at a time where there's quite a lot of noise in other parts of the royal family, the Princess Royal has just been on this path of service and duty since she was 50 years now. And, she's been campaigning on things, for women and her work with Save the Children for more than 50 years. Yeah, I think we forget, because the Princess Royal does not get as much media attention, and that's probably our fault, as other members of the royal family do, and she's very happy with that, don't get me wrong, we forget how much she has done and how much pioneering, forward-thinking work she's been doing for the last 50 years.
And she's very passionate about the countryside, about protecting our rural life. I know she's editing the Country Life magazine, isn't she, as part of her 70th sort of... I mean, there is passion there.
There's huge passion. She's guest edited Country Life, which comes out today, and she's written a 2,000-word leader on her, her vision for the future of the countryside, her campaigning views on, food, waste energy, all of this. She really knows her stuff. We think of the Prince of Wales as the great campaigner for the countryside, and Anne's been doing it for just as long.
Yeah, absolutely right. Would she have made a great queen in your eyes?
Well, the headline on our Sunday Times piece that I wrote a couple of weeks ago was, Anne, the best queen we never had.
Really? And and why do you feel that, I mean, you know a lot of the royals now and how they work behind the scenes.
She's got so much of her mother in her, that dedication to duty, the determination to shine a spotlight on things without making a big fuss. It's all about other people with Princess Anne. She's not interested in how much attention she gets herself. She wants to, and she's very economic with her time. She wants to be efficient. She wants to be dutiful. She doesn't really care what other people think.
Well, you have to respect her for it, don't you? Thank you so much, Roy, and thank you so much indeed, Frances, as well, for sharing that moment with us. What an incredible piece and something to be so proud of. Thank you so much, Frances.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Anne, the Princess Royal at 70 is on tonight at 9 p.m. on ITV.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.